What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is your boy Dennis Nderitu, back at it again at Nderitu Basketball HQ. Yeah, man, I'm excited. I'm back with another free agency reaction video. It's been a while since I made a free agency reaction video, but hey, I mean, better late than never. Hey, took me a while a bit, but you know, these moves, some of them I was thinking of making a video about them. Sometimes I didn't want to, but you know, I just gotta do it for you guys because you're tuned in, and I know you're loyal subscribers, so I just gotta do it for you. So yeah, man, you know the drill. Please be sure to like the video. Please be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notification posts so that you never miss any new gems I'm dropping. And yeah, man, do all that great stuff. Make sure to comment what you think on the comment section. Just comment anything. So yeah, man, without further ado, let me just get into it. So the first trade I'm going to look at that is past due is the Dennis Schroder deal he signed to go to the Celtics. So free agent guard Dennis Schroder has agreed to a 1-year, $5.9 million deal with the Boston Celtics, sources tell ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski. So this is one of those biggest L's that I've seen in free agency history. So Dennis Schroder was picked up by the Lakers in the 2020 offseason. The Lakers were looking to put some guards alongside LeBron, so they picked up Dennis Schroder. They traded away Danny Green to the Thunder for Dennis Schroder. You know, he was that guy who was supposed to be the lead ball handler to help LeBron with the load. So this guy, mid-season in the 2020-2021 season, he was offered a $84 million extension to stay with the Lakers. This guy turned it down. This guy turned down an $84 million extension from the Lakers only to sign a $5.9 million mid-level exception with the Celtics. Talk about an L. I mean, this guy bet on himself and he lost big time. So I can say sometimes betting on yourself, it's sometimes you win, sometimes you don't. This guy wanted a contract at the range of 100 to 120 million, so he tried to bet on himself, the Lakers. But it's not going to happen with the Lakers. It was not going to happen with the Lakers because, the Lakers went all in to get Westbrook. So Westbrook is going to be their lead point guard. So Dennis Schroder was on his way out, and he's not going to get that money from any team. So he just had to go sign that middle-level exception with the Celtics. And one of those biggest L's in free agency history. I mean, I can mention another one like Nerlens Noel with the Dallas Mavericks. He fumbled the bag. Latrell Sprewell, he turned down a 3-year, $21 million contract. You know, one of those things that, players do. They fumble their bag. And, and that was that. Then on to other good news. We've got not a free agent. We've got the Philadelphia 76ers star center Joel Embiid is finalizing a 4-year, $196 million Supermax contract extension. Sources told ESPN's Ramona Shelburne. The extension keeps Embiid under contract with the Sixers through the 2026-2027 season for a total of $261 million. The 4-time All-Star already was set to make $65 million over the final 2 years of his current deal. So those moves that had to happen for the Sixers. There are no trade rumors coming up for Ben Simmons. I see that the Sixers and Ben Simmons are now in good terms with each other. He was thrown out of the bus. He was the main reason that the Sixers weren't able to make some significant noise in the postseason. And with him not developing since being drafted in 2016, it was very underwhelming. There were no trade offers coming in because the Sixers were pricing themselves out to get Ben Simmons. But this is one of those moves I like, but I don't know why they signed Andre Drummond in the offseason. I don't know how it's going to fit, but this is just an investment that the Sixers had to do so that they wouldn't want to risk a Joel Embiid leaving for another team in free agency. So that's an okay move for the Philadelphia 76ers. At this point, just why not? Just pay the man that money. Then we've got Josh Hart. The New Orleans Pelicans are closing on a deal for a 3-year, $38 million with guard Josh Hart. His agents Aaron Mitz, Steve Human, and Dave Spann told ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski. Hart averaged 9.2 points and 8.0 rebounds in 47 games played last season with the Pelicans. So at this point, the Pelicans just have to sign him because they don't want to risk, frustrating Zion Williamson. They let Lonzo Ball walk in a sign-and trade. They have to, make sure that roster is intact. They don't want to keep on moving these pieces and, disrupting the chemistry that Zion has built with the Pelicans. And, if the Pelicans don't surround Zion with much talent needed to contend, he's on his way out. So that's that. Then we have Kawhi Leonard, the man himself. Kawhi Leonard has agreed to sign a new 4-year, $176.3 million contract with the LA Clippers. A source confirmed to ESPN's a report by Yahoo's Chris Haynes. The deal includes a player option in the last year for Leonard as the two-time NBA Finals MVP recovers from surgery to repair a tear in his ACL in his right knee. So this just had to happen. Kawhi Leonard was not leaving the Clippers anytime soon, so I wasn't expecting him to leave the Clippers in free agency. I knew he was going to opt out of his deal and re-sign a new deal with the Clippers. So that's an okay move for them because, they already signed Paul George long term, so they just had to re-sign Kawhi Leonard long term. So that's a good move, good pickup. Then we have Luka Doncic. The Dallas Mavericks have given Luka Doncic a 5-year, $207 million extension. Dallas Mavericks superstar Luka Doncic has agreed to sign a 5-year, $207 million Supermax rookie extension. His agent, Bill Duffy, told BDA Sports told ESPN's agent Wojnarowski Doncic, 22, becomes the first player eligible for the designated rookie max extension upon signing, because he's already twice been voted first team All-NBA, so he was eligible. So Doncic will sign the contract on Tuesday in Slovenia. This is August 9th. So I feel the Dallas Mavericks are moving in the right direction, locking up Luka Doncic, making sure that he stays with the Dallas Mavericks. But the big question is, will the Dallas Mavericks surround Luka with the pieces that he will need to contend? Because Kristaps Porzingis was a flop in the playoffs. So let's see if the Dallas Mavericks are going to do what the Milwaukee Bucks did with Giannis, surrounding Luka Doncic with talent that's going to enable him to contend in the competitive Western Conference. So that's that. Then we've got Marcus Smart has agreed to a 4-year, $77 million contract extension with the Boston Celtics. Sources told ESPN the extension begins with the 2022-2023 season and is maximum allowable of Smart's $14.3 million salary in the 2021-2022 season. The deal does not include a player option. Smart averaged career high in points, 13.1 points, assists 5.7 assists, blocks 0.5 blocks, and 32.9 minutes last season. So the Celtics just had to re-sign this guy. There was no way they're gonna let Marcus Smart leave, because this guy bleeds green. He's a true Boston Celtic. Leave Kyrie alone. Kyrie was not a pure Celtic. You know what he did to Lucky the Leprechaun in the Celtic series versus the Brooklyn Nets. So this is the true Celtic. And also they got back Al Horford. They traded away Kemba Walker. They wouldn't risk to lose a guy like Marcus Smart in free agency in the next offseason. So this is a good move. Then we have Damian Jones. The Sacramento Kings are picking up the option of center Damian Jones for the 2021-2022 season. I mean, this is just a solid pickup. They have to pick him up because, Marvin Bagley has not been himself. He's not playing like the number 2 pick of the 2018 draft. And he needs a backup guy. Also, Rashawn Holmes. And, the whole thing about Sacramento Kings is just crazy. I mean, I think at this point I have to make a video just addressing the failures of the Sacramento Kings. I don't know if these guys are built to contend. They just, they don't have any expectations coming to this season. So picking up a Damian Jones, At this point, why not? Then we've got this trade that, really startled me. I never understood what was going on with the Clippers. So the Memphis Grizzlies agreed to trade guard Eric Bledsoe to the LA Clippers for guard Patrick Beverley, guard Rajon Rondo, and forward Daniel Oturu. Sources told ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski Bledsoe, 31, returns to the Clippers after playing his first 3 seasons with the franchise from 2011 to 2013. So this is one of those trades that I do not understand. Why did the Clippers do this? Why did the Clippers trade away the remainder of the 2019 historic Clippers roster? I mean, they've already got rid of Landry Shamet, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Montrezl Harrell. Now they got rid of They got rid of Lou Williams at the trade deadline. Now they've got rid of Patrick Beverley, the remaining guy in that 2019 Clippers roster. I mean, this is just insane. I mean, then they trade away. Then the trade deadline they traded away. Lemon Pepper Lou for Rajon Rondo. Then Rajon Rondo, he was supposed to have veteran presence. Then this offseason traded him away alongside Pat Bev and this other guy Daniel Oturu for Eric Bledsoe. Just running back with Eric Bledsoe, knowing that Eric Bledsoe does nothing for an offense. That's why the Milwaukee Bucks didn't want him. They traded him away for Drew Holiday, and Drew Holiday proved to be more productive than an Eric Bledsoe. So I don't know, and I don't understand why the Clippers want Eric Bledsoe, and they overpaid for Eric Bledsoe, giving away, Patrick Beverley, Rajon Rondo, and this Daniel Oturu. I don't understand what the Clippers are doing at this point, because this is just insane. Why would the Clippers do this? Why would they run it back with Eric Bledsoe, an aging Eric Bledsoe who is very inefficient, doesn't know what to do, especially in the postseason? I mean, this is just a big L for the Clippers. Then, to make matters worse, the Clippers have blown their 2019 roster in 2 seasons. I mean, this is the roster that was historic. They overcame a very huge 30-point deficit in the first round of the KD-led Golden State Warriors in 2019, the first round. Now the Clippers look different. I don't know. The Clippers just look different. Then, to make things more interesting, the Clippers... no, not the Clippers. After Patrick Beverley was traded to the Grizzlies didn't want him there because, when he was traded to the Grizzlies, Ja Morant, he's growing onto his own as the lead point guard, so they don't want a Patrick Beverley. They don't want him there. So Pat Bev was shipped away again to the Minnesota Timberwolves, where his career was quietly dwindled down. So the Memphis Grizzlies are trading guard Patrick Beverley to the Minnesota Timberwolves for Jarrett Culver and Juancho Hernan-Gomez. Sources told ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski Beverley was traded to Memphis on Sunday in a deal that sent Eric Bledsoe to the LA Clippers. I mean, number one, there was no way in hell Memphis will let a Patrick Beverley play there, because he will stifle the progression of a Ja Morant. That's evident. Then I don't understand why the Minnesota Timberwolves would give away Jarrett Culver, selecting him very high in the 2019 draft. I don't know why they did that. Then also Juancho Hernan-Gomez, pretty good big man. Why did these guys do this? I don't understand this trade. I can actually understand why the Grizzlies had to get rid of Patrick Beverley, but I don't understand why they had to give away Jarrett Culver, a guy who they selected very high. And I mean, this is just crazy at this point. But anyway, franchises have the reasons why they make this trade. They pull triggers on this trade. But I mean, Patrick Beverley, I just feel bad for this guy because he signed that 3-year, $40 million deal with the Clippers. Now he's just trade bait for any team that wants him or doesn't want him, or is just willing to swallow his salary in their books. So I just feel bad for Patrick Beverley, because he was the guy who was on record. He came out and said he won the championship when PG and Kawhi Leonard joined the roster, and now he's in the Timberwolves, where his career will quietly dwindle down, and I just feel bad for that guy, honestly. And yeah, man, those are your trades. I'll come back with other more trades that happen, and I'll make sure that put in some work and get these videos on you for you guys on time. So yeah, man, that's that. So if you guys like the video, make sure to leave your feedback down in the comment section down below on the trades that you've seen that they just call you by surprise. And make sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on notification posts so that you never miss any new gems I'm dropping. And with that being said, man, I'm out. Peace.